today we'll discuss about Apache Camel. Okay, it will give you the introduction about Apache Camel, and we can go through some of the demo of Apache Camel. First, let me tell you what are the topics I'm going to cover. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Karthik, I think you're sharing whiteboard.
One sec. Okay. Let me share you what are the topics I'm going to cover. Uh, uh, Let me start with some features of Apache Camel and what is Apache Camel, and let me go through some of the concepts of Apache Camel, then EAP patterns and in Apache Camel, then error handling, and one example on CXF compiler. Okay, this is what I'm going to cover today. Okay, let me start with what is Apache Camel. So Apache Camel is a open. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt in the beginning. I'm just wondering. So, a small question before you start.
Yeah, please.
So,
Hello.
have you worked with Apache Camel only as a integration
Hey, Madhvi.
framework, or you
Hey,
have
Madhvi.
worked on any other integration framework?
Hey, hi.
No, I worked only on Apache Camel.
Yeah, Madhvi.
Okay, I just wanted to understand the difference and the advantages. Okay, go
Daddy,
ahead.
look
Sorry.
at me.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Daddy
It's
will
an
look at you.
integration framework. It's
Daddy's
based on
talking.
Okay.
enterprises
You look
integration patterns.
really good, funny.
Okay. Is the main features of Apache Camel is routing engine. So the core of Apache Camel is routing engine. So we can define our own routing rules to receive
Mm-hmm.
message from a source, and we can intercept the message, and we can process the
How
message,
do I look?
and we can send the message to the
No, I think from our side also. No, no, no,
public
no, no.
console.
Who said it's not
And
complete?
another feature is like EIP. Camel
Oh, yeah,
is a
before, yeah.
concrete implementation for most of the EAPs, most of the used EAPs. And another feature, DS. Camel defines mediation and routing rules in a various DSL, like Java DSL, Spring DSL, plus an XML DSL and Scala
Mm-hmm.
DSL also. Unlike other integration frameworks, and it has a great support for
Oh,
component library. It supports more than 80 components. We'll see what are the components later in the other presentation. Okay, and we can send
before this side?
any type of payload. It's not restricted to the
Which side? The
particular
before the
integration.
one you
We can
wrote the
we
program?
can send any type of payload.
They are going to tell you by Friday, I think.
And it's
I had a talk with Ravi, and I
okay.
mentioned about
These are the
you,
components
and he
and
was saying, yeah,
EAP
he's uh,
context.
working on that side. Talk to before and all,
Okay,
saying
these
that
are the some of the
uh,
important features of Apache
finalized
Camel.
by Friday.
Like, do you have any
That's what he
questions?
mentioned.
Yeah, Karthik, this is Pradeep. So,
So I
one
think
question
by
I wanted to
tomorrow,
put
yeah,
my
he
purpose of
should
like
be able
when
to.
we'll go for like someone like if in my project there is a requirement. So when I should go for Apache Camel, like.
Yeah, sure. See, suppose you have two different applications. Okay,
Why? What happened?
two different
You're losing
applications you want to
confidence.
integrate. Okay, in this case, in this use case, you can go for Apache Camel. It may it is very simple. Okay,
Okay.
so it has some automatic type converters, like you can convert data from
So
one
you
type
have
to another type.
told that to Ravi, right?
Like it supports more than 150 type converters. You can write your own type converters. We'll see what is type converters. For example, in a message, if you are sending a uh, CSV reading a CSV file, so that can be converted into string or any other object you can convert. Okay, it supports. It has a great support for testing. Okay, where you can mock
No, so I think you
like
should wait for the
mock
result.
points, and you can mock
Okay,
specific component.
and
You can
once
easily
the result will come,
do
then
integration testing also using this
take your
Apache
decision
Camel.
according to that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are in
So
office
I just
now?
wanted to know a couple of basic things like why do we call it camel
Okay.
and is it like a messaging system? If so, how is it different from
Oh, okay.
other messaging system that we have available? And when do we choose Apache Camel and not something else over something else?
Uh, so
I think
it's
you should
it's
arrange a
depends on
laptop so that you can work from
integration.
home also. I mean,
Okay,
you
it
need
solves
not
your
to be at
integration problem.
office
Okay,
for this.
suppose there are,
You
as I
can
told you,
you can
there
work
are
on your
multiple
laptop. You
applications
can
in
share your
nowadays.
screen
So
from home,
instead
and
stress
you will be more
if you want
comfortable
to integrate.
if you are at
Okay,
home.
so if you want to decouple your integration logic from the your business
Oh.
logic. Okay, in this case, you can
Hmm.
go for a Apache Camel. Okay, so I'm not sure about other integration frameworks. Okay, so I can tell you
Okay, I would
you
suggest
can
just
use
wait for some
easily
time. I mean, Friday. I think they are going to give the result tomorrow here
comparatively
by end of
as
your
I'm not
day.
aware of other integration framework like scheme integration. Somebody can like end of the discussion. Somebody can compare and tell so that we can discuss on that.
I don't know. That's up to them.
Yeah,
That
that's
the
why
thing
last
is, suppose if you
that's
clear
why
this
last
one,
time that we
and if
got
you have given
discussed.
another
So
interview
what
and
is
you
That's
clear
why.
there
Apache
also,
Camel?
so that will be a
Camel
problem.
integration.
That's why they don't
Because
allow.
when I was reading to the blog, everyone was preferring Camel over Spring. I mean, most of them was preferring Camel over Spring integration because of some reason, which I partially understood, partially not. And what are the advantages of Camel over Mule?
But
And
these guys are
not
happy.
Spring
Those who are
integration. So I'm
working,
just trying
I
to
talk to them
understand.
every week.
That's the reason I asked the question first.
Even
No,
freshers
no
are
problem.
there.
Okay,
They didn't have
we'll
any
see.
knowledge
See,
of Spring
go through
integration. They are,
Spring integration, right?
saying they are learning very good. They are happy
Yeah,
and
sure.
team are very good. I mean,
Yeah,
only
go through
all are from
examples.
OSP
Okay,
side.
we'll
Sure.
understand.
Whoever has worked on Spring
Even before
integration,
is OSP,
I have
but he's
worked on,
from database,
and
so
I think
middleware.
Bhaji has worked on, so the other guys can pitch in.
Yeah. But they are saying team is good, good learning, good technologies.
So now we'll go through some of the concepts of Apache Camel. So the messaging
Let's
model,
see. Just
there are
wait for
multiple
result.
structures of Camel messaging model. One is message, another one is exchange.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so exchange, the main abstraction which contains in message and out message. Okay, let me show you another diagram. See, this is the exchange object model which contains in message type message, the out message. So it supports message exchange pattern. That's why we have out message. So both the message has header, attachment, and body. So exchange has a unique exchange ID, and exceptions can be set, and the global properties like in exchange you can set any property if you want, uh, which can be sent across different consumers, and we can define whether it's MEK. Okay, MEK is nothing but a message exchange pattern, whether it's in only or in out message you can specify. Okay, apart from that, there was one more flag which can be enabled in message, that is a fault flag. Okay, so we can enable fault flag. I'll cover what is fault flag in error handling. Okay, this is the message model which Camel is using. Okay, next let me move on to architecture.
What is attachment, Karthik?
Attachment, any type of attachment you can add in a message.
Attachment, I mean, I have a message, say JSON message. I can attach a file.
Yeah.
You can.
Yes,
That's the way you want me.
that is the way.
Or okay.
So this is the architecture. This architecture just consider is a Camel context. Okay, I'll tell you what is Camel context. So which has routing and mediation logic here,
Hey
and
Karthik, can you maximize this? Can you click on right hand side
sure, sure, sure.
bottom one? Yeah, this is
So the
better. Thanks.
yeah, this is the Camel context. You can where you can see is the routing engine and the processors and Camel components and the endpoints. Okay, we'll see one by one what are all these things. Okay, first the Camel context. The Camel context represents Camel runtime system. The following services are provided by Camel context. Next, components, endpoints, routes, type converters, data format, and register. These are the services provided by Camel Context. Okay, we'll go through one by one. Okay, first route. The route contains the flow and integration logic, where we can define how the message should flow, how message should be intercepted, how message should be processed. All those details you can provide in a route. Okay, so DSL is nothing but it defines a route. Okay, so in case of Java, you can have a in case of Spring, we can define XML DSL. Okay, this can be defined using DSL. The process. So which intercepts message, incoming message, and it modifies the message and sends to another consumer or another processor. Okay, we'll see in code. We'll see. I'll explain what all this. Okay, next comes components. So component is a factory for all the endpoints. Suppose if you want to two different applications wants to communicate each other. Okay, through these components we can establish the connection. For example, if you want to expose a soap service, you want to communicate with that a particular application. You can use CFF component to communicate with the application. In case of REST, REST application, you can use CFF RS. If you want to get files from you want to retrieve files from a component, files you can use file component. Okay, so it's like a factory for all the endpoints. Okay, we'll see one example. Okay. It's simple example. Everywhere we can find the same example. Okay. I have created a camel context. Okay. Using route builder, I have defined a route. You can see this is my route. Okay, so create. Hello. So created a route and added it into camel context. Okay, see here, the file is the component. The file is the component to access the file system. Okay, so I'm receiving a file from the file system using a file component and sending into another file system using a file component. So just 2 lines of code, I can move file from one directory to another directory. Okay, so in between I can provide some logic. So the processors I can introduce. Let me explain later about this processor. So just I wanted to explain what is this processor. Okay, so I have used Java DSL. So the processors are like file processor. If body contains testing, it will be sent to file processor. Otherwise, it will be sent to file processor. So like that, you can intercept a message from the consumer and you can process in the processor, and you can send it to another processor, and at last you can send it to any other consumer. Maybe the same case you can send it to JMS also. Using JMS component, you can define a JMS component, you can add it to camel context, you can send it to JMS queues or topic you can send. Let me run this example.
So Karthik, same way we can FTP also.
Yeah, same way you can do FTP also.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
So Karthik, this component is like a predefined set of components exposed by Camel, or you can create your own component?
Yeah, you can create your custom components also. Already we have 80 different components available in Camel.
And we can extend the component and like make them behave as per our requirement?
Yes, that also you can do.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is more like a Spring integration.
I have 2 files, camel 1 and camel 2. Okay, so I'll be moving these 2 files into output directory. See, let me explain the processor later. So now the files are moved to the output direct. You can see the files are moved to output direct. Within these two lines, you can write file from, you can move files from one directory to another directory.
So Karthik, this will run only one time, or do you have any way to run it? No, periodically or the way we want, the frequency we want.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah, Jairaj, you can do it. There
okay?
are some property. I think you were asking about FTP, right?
Yeah, same kind of yeah.
Yeah, you can do it there. There
Okay.
are some ways, some property files, some properties you need to set.
Okay.
Okay, so that you can do the coding properly.
Okay. So this is more like a Spring integration.
Yeah,
That
yeah, we have Spring integration also. At the end, I'll show you the Spring integration at the end.
okay. Okay. Yeah.
These are simple Java files now. So we know what is camel context, we know what is route, and we know what is routing rules here, and now we know what is components. These are the basic things of camel. So using this, you can start writing your own camel code. Okay, any questions?
So Karthik, so is this the only way to configure the camel? Because I know in the Spring integration we can do all those things in the XML file.
No, see, that's what I told you. Camel supports various DSL. Okay, one is Java, another one is Spring integration also. Okay, uh, I have
No,
Spring
say
code.
for example, if I want to use only the Apache Camel, so I don't want to integrate Apache Camel with the Spring integration.
Hmm.
So in that case, I need to do all those things in a Java class. So is
Yes,
there any
yes.
other way to define the DSL? Like,
No, no.
okay,
You have to define Spring or Java.
okay.
So we'll go through Spring integration later. Okay, so we'll continue this. So let me move on to next topic. So we discussed about route, DSL, processor, components. Okay. So error handling we'll see last. I'll move on to EAP. Okay. EAP is in Apache Camel. So Apache Camel is built based on EAP, as I already told you. So we know what is patterns. Okay. So here there are some accepted solutions for known problems, right? Camel implements most of the most of the EAP patterns. Sorry. So it reduces the effort required to build interfaces. Okay. And Camel uses URI for the endpoint resolution. So we can work with any kind of transports like JMS, HTTP. So and Camel supports various data formats like CSV, JSON. Okay. Now we'll go one by one each pattern. For each pattern, I have some sample classes. I'll run those classes. Okay. Then we can see how easy Camel is. Okay. Let me next. Okay. So EAP, the message and message channel. So message channel is one application communicate with other application using message channel. For example, JMS queues and routes. Okay. So the connected applications can share the information by messages. These are the basics of EAP. The first pattern. The problem is the single event often triggers a sequence of processing steps. Okay. For example, I have an order management system where I can place an order for a different product. In a single order, I can place an order for a different products, for example. So that particular order has to be splitted by products. Okay, each product has to be validated by different processor. Each product has to be sent to different user. So in this use case, okay, we can implement some of the Camel's EAP patterns. Okay, let me take this example and I'll go through one by one each patterns. Okay, and we'll run some test the programs. So any questions? Okay. The first pattern, pipes and filters. So a single event often triggers a sequence of processing steps. I already told you, for order submission can be processed by multiple steps. Okay, the pipes and filters divide larger processing steps that are connected by channels. So Camel's implementation is you can consume a message from a queue and you can transform that order by another processor and you can validate by another processor. Then you can send it to another JMS queue, the processed order. Okay. Okay, let me show you the code. I'll move on to next pattern. The message router. Next pattern is message router. 1 second. I have code for pipes and filter from the consumer testing camel directory. I'm sending into the processor. Okay, and after processing I'm sending into another directory. Okay, here the message channels are implicit message channels are there. We are sending from one consumer to another one consumer to another consumer by means of a message. Okay, this is called pipes and filters. Okay, so next pattern is message router. So pipes and filters route each message into some processing steps. How do you route the message differently? For example, I told you the order submission of different products. Okay, each product has to be routed to different consumers. For example, I have a wholesale order and retail order. So retail order has to be sent to retail customer. The wholesale order has to be sent to wholesale application. So we can split the orders based on some condition. Okay, so in this case, Camel supports choice API. Okay, using this choice API, you can split the message or you can process the message differently. Okay, see choice when the body is equal to testing, it is sending into file processor 1. Otherwise, it's sending into file processor 2. So like that, based on some condition, suppose we have product like wholesale. Product is wholesale, we can send it to wholesale application. If it is retail, you can send it to retail application. Okay, let me run this. So I'm reading this file from a input directory. Okay, and body is equal to testing. I'm sending it to file processor 1 and sending it to output directory. If otherwise, I'm sending it to file processor 2, sending it to output directory. Okay, first let me run this one. The message routing and content based routing. File processor 1, file processor 1 testing. Okay, then file processor 2, testing 3. I have two different files, input files. The first file contains testing, the second file contains testing 3. So the body equal to testing is sending into file processor 1. If body is other than testing, it is sending into file processor 2. So I have written two processors here, so which implements processor interface. But by default, you can if you don't provide any method, the process method we have to define, and exchange exchange object will be passed to the process method. So it has a in message and out message. So I'm getting the in message. Okay, so I'm getting in message body it's a string. Then processing, I'm updating the body as processed by file processor 1, and I'm just returning. Okay, you see the output is processed by file processor 1, it is processed by file processor 1. Any questions?
Karthik, there is no concept of adapter when you're reading from file or from queue or from any other external sources.
Sorry,
Is
can you
there
come?
any concept of adapters, inbound
No,
adapters, outbound?
no, it's that's what I told you. The component has everything, so component will do the part.
So here you have implemented the file processor interface, right?
Yes.
So in case of queue also there is another type of processor.
Yeah, the processor is nothing but just you have to implement the processor interface. Okay, there you can provide your own logic. See, for for an example, see, I have
Just tell me
you can
if I need to read it from queue instead of file system, then what change I need to do?
just you have to define a JMS component first. Okay,
Okay.
one second, one second. See, one second. See, I have created a component. Okay, created a component added into camel context. Okay, like that you
Okay.
have to create a JMS component. Okay, you, you have to pass all your connection factory details. Okay, that has to be added into camel context. Okay, after that you can refer wherever you, if you're referring CXF, right, CXF colon, it refers to that particular component.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got
Okay,
you. Yeah.
then you can
Yeah.
mention your queue or topic.
Yeah.
See,
Understood. Thank you.
okay, that's what you need to do. So based on the message, it's sending into different processors, and the message got processed. Okay, at the end, after processing the message and moving the files, I'm sending into message filter. Okay, we'll see what is message filter first. So we just routed the message into different processors, and after that to different consumers. Okay, now I'm moving into next one. The message translator. I don't have any example for this one. I just can tell you what is the use case. Suppose if you are receiving the orders as a bulk in a CSV file, okay, each line of CSV file has to be processed, and order object has to be created, and it has to send to different consumers. Okay, you can write your own processor where CSV can be converted into object. Okay, using normal processor whatever there. So instead of this one, just you can provide CSV processor where you can convert CSV into order object. Okay, the message filter. The problem is, how can a component avoid receiving uninterested message? Suppose your application is passing only retail orders. Okay, you don't want to get any other orders other than retail. Okay, you can Camel provides an option to filter the messages. Okay, the filter API does the trick. So in filter API, just we are checking the header test not equal to true, we are sending into file processor. So like that, for each messages, you can, based on some criteria, you can check whether to send the message to the particular consumer or not. So that can be validated. Okay, let me show you this example here. See, after moving the files, I'm sending into message filter. Okay, so before that, let me tell you what is this direct. Okay, so direct is a component. Okay, like how we have a file component, so like that we have a direct component. Okay, so direct component, you can send a message to any consumer. Okay, that consumer will be invoked synchronously if you mention the direct component. So my root, my consumer is message filter. Okay, I'm synchronously invoking the consumer by using the direct component. So like that, you can asynchronously invoke consumer by using the SEDA component. There is another component called SEDA component. Okay. So this direct component, you can directly invoke a consumer. See, after processing the message, I'm sending into message filter. Okay, already I ran this example. Okay. After this, I'm sending into message filter. So message filter, in message filter header is, we did not set any header here. So this will be false always. So not equal to true only. So in file processor we have a method called remove message. So this remove message will be invoked.
Got it? One Cinderella is on the table. Christy, center table. Near sofa. Cinderella. Sofa. In sitting area. Yeah. Stairs. Yeah.
File processor 2, I have remove message. Remove message will be invoked. So the one second. See, the idea is here is you can supply the processor and the method also you can mention. Okay, so you can provide the bean reference over here, and method also you need to provide. Okay, I have created directly instance here. Instead of that, in case of camel, you can provide the bean reference here. Okay, any questions?
Karthik, I have a question. So you are reading files from input directory, testing cam. So what if I don't want to read all the files? I mean, particular file only I want to read. So how do you set that
Yeah,
on?
you can see there are some properties. Okay, you can check for the file name also.
Okay.
So I'm checking here, like when body is equal to testing, right? So like that you can check for the file name also. File name, the extension, particular extension you can check, or particular file name you can check.
Okay.
Okay, if you go through the file component page, you can find the options. There are a lot of options are available.
Okay.
Okay,
And how
see,
can we prevent the duplication of file? So if I push the same file again, will that be picked up?
duplicate. Yeah, it will be picked up. If you are sending from some source, it will be picked up. Anyway, if you are reading from a directory only, in the directory you cannot place a duplicate file over, right? Over there, right?
So is there any way to prevent that?
Uh, there is a way. I'm not sure about the property, the particular property. There are a lot of properties are there. If you want, let me go to the file component. 1 second.
So like in Spring integration, what you do is there is a filter concept. So if you want to choose a duplicate, you have to first of all identify according to which property I want to signify this as duplicate. So I think
Right.
the camel filter will have that property also. So in a file there might be multiple properties. If the header or if the ID, the message ID is same, then I will consider this as duplicate and the filter can remove this. So Spring does that. I think Camel also can do that.
Yeah, see, the file component itself, there are a lot of properties. If you see, I set this property, okay, NOP equal to true. It means that the file will not be moved, okay, it just copies from this directory to another directory. So like that, there are a lot of options are there. I'm not sure about that particular option. Okay, there should be option.
Okay.
Okay, moreover, you can filter on the messages also. I told you know, see, we are checking for a particular header, okay, using the filters. So like that also we can do.
Hey Karthik, a basic question. So what is header? Is the first line in the file?
No, no, Devraj. Actually, in the message, I explained about the message model, right? So exchange is the main abstraction
I
for
think.
camel messages. So which contains in message and out message. The like how we have in a SOAP message we have headers. Like
Okay.
in message we have headers, body,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
other.
Got it, got it.
That way.
Oh, okay.
See, suppose you are sending from one consumer to another consumer. Okay, each consumer will accept different credentials or different properties you can set to the consumer.
Okay.
Right, those kind of properties can be set in the headers. Suppose if you want to set the global properties, okay, you can use exchange property in exchange where you can set properties
Okay.
that can be set across all the consumers.
Okay. Got it.
Karthik, the message history generally flows in the header. If you want to see the flow of the whole message, the history of that message flow, is that set on header or can I get it somewhere?
No, no, no. Header, whatever we are setting, right? Only those values will be there. So headers will be removed from one message to another message. If you set out message, so all the headers will be removed. There will not be any history maintained over there. So if you want, you can set the headers or exchange properties. You can say
So every time, say I have three components. I have a filter, I have a router, I have a splitter and transformer and then the router. So there are four components that is going through, and I'm putting the message on the queue, and the filter is reading first, then it is going to the router, and then the splitter or transformer. So I want to
okay.
see the whole path at the end. So is there a way I can see the whole path once the message goes from one end to another?
Whole path in the sense in the logs or what?
No, no, I don't think so. Really, last week you showed, right, in Eclipse like that. So it's not, you do not have any tool in Camel to show the I guess.
I think it's only available in Spring integration because Spring
Yes.
integration we have a design view so that we can just visualize the flow.
So
But in
I'm
case of
not talking
Spring,
about the design view. No, I'm not talking about the design view. So if you enable the message history in Spring integration, it shows you the exact flow of the components the message travels. You have to provide the pattern. There are some properties, not some properties. You have to just provide the pattern by which you can interpret those, and you can see the whole flow of the message. Like the message is coming in from this queue and then going into this component, and after that it's going through a router from which channel to another. I can see the whole thing, and that is conveyed in the message header once I enable the history. So I'm just wondering, what Karthik is showing individual component, EF, EI, pattern, individual examples. I just want to see that if there is a whole integration, then I want to see, like, say, my message failed in somewhere. Without debugging, can I see in the seeing in the log that, okay, this is from this channel to this channel it traversed and there it failed and went into the other channel. Something like that. I was just wondering.
I don't think so. If you want, we can provide the logs and
Okay.
the logs.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every
Sure. No,
to
no problem. Go ahead.
to add on that, so every time when it goes from one component to other component, it will be a brand new exchange. So previous exchange will be lost and the new exchange will be created.
Arun, exchange will be same, only message will be lost.
That, yeah, in message will be different.
In message will be lost.
Okay.
So what will be there inside the exchange?
Inside the exchange, you will have in message and out message. Okay, in message you can have in both in message and out message, the headers, body, and attachment will be there. Okay, from one consumer to another consumer, you can set the headers. Okay, the in message will be lost. In message will be lost. If we set out message, the in message will be lost. If you reply with out message, the in message will be lost. So I'll show you one thing. One second.
So Karthik, is there any limitation also of the message size?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
There is limitation size. One sec. See, exchange object has in message, okay, messaging, okay, where we can read the incoming messages. Okay, I'm converting the body into string. Okay, I'm setting into out messages, out message. So when this message goes to another consumer, whatever headers we are setting here, right, there is a header called camel file name. Okay, this header will be lost if we set out message. The header will be lost. Okay, see, in always you don't need to set the out message. If you don't set the out message, in message will be sent as a out message.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So what is the general convention?
so
Set in and
general
out, or
convention, you can set the out message.
that
Okay,
means in business environment, production environment, we set both in and out.
no,
No, I'm
no, I
asking
didn't get.
it's like something like in every environment. Say I have my business specific message ID. I'm building something on the beginning on the adapter level.
Okay,
So and I want that to flow to the endpoint. I'm sending
okay,
it to another system, but I
okay.
want that to flow as a header in the endpoint. So every time it travels from one component to another, I have to set the header every time,
No,
right?
no,
Uh,
no, no.
then,
I'll tell you one thing. See, in exchange, okay,
mm-hmm,
you have some other component called properties. Okay, so these properties can be set. Okay, this property can be you can retrieve at any point of time during the message flow. Okay, if you want to set some property globally, you can use this exchange. Okay, if you don't want to lose your headers, okay, you don't need to
mm-hmm.
set out message. Instead of that, directly you can modify in message.
Or you can set it as a exchange property.
Yes.
Okay, okay, got you. Thank you. Yeah.
So we cover message filter and recipient list. So in some of the cases, you want to route the messages into static routes or dynamic routes. Okay. So in this case, we can use this API. So Camel has API for this one. We can either multicast a message, or we can get the dynamic route from database or some other rule base. We can send message to the dynamic route. Let me show you the same example. You see, after doing the filter, I'm sending into multicast. I'm sending into a multicast consumer. Okay, so multicast consumer, whatever messages I'm receiving, right, I'm multicasting it to another consumer called 1, consumer called 2. Okay, so this message will be multicasted to consumer 1 and 2. You can see the logs here. Multicasted message 1, multicasted message 2. So the message will be multicasted to two different routes. Okay, so we can dynamically send it to dynamic recipients. See, so in the header, I have added the dynamic recipient list. Okay, like in a comma separated value. Okay, which can be read and which can be directed to dynamic routes. Dynamic routes defined here. You can see the message here. See, after that, dynamic response, dynamic router 1, dynamic router 2. So in header, I specified the dynamic routers, which will be tokenized a comma. It will be sent to these two dynamic routers.
Is there a way I can specify any regular expression here also?
Yeah, I think so. There are some specific regular expressions also.
in your example, can you tell me what is header? I mean, which is header, which is the body, and which attachment?
See, I have in message. Okay, in message. In message, I have a body. Okay, you can set body. Okay, you can already told you about fall flag, right? You can set fall flag. You can set headers.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I'm looking for a real time. I mean, you are processing input file, right?
Yeah, yes, input file and processing, right? If you see the in message contains the camel file name. The camel file name specifies the actual file name is there in the directory. Okay, by using this header I'm getting the file name.
Okay.
Also we did not set any attachment. There is no attachment here. So from the body I'm getting the entire message. I'm converting into string class.
Okay. So how come the message header went into the in?
Sorry.
I mean, get exchange that get in gives you the message in, and message in that get header is having the camel file name, right?
Yes.
So how come it went into the header initially?
Yeah, initially the camel itself, camel component itself takes care of this one. Some of the default properties it sets. In case of file, the file component sets the camel file name. It reads file from the directory, right?
Okay.
It sets the header value.
And body value also it sets as a
yes.
I mean complete text of the body.
Yeah, see the header. Yeah, I'm setting message out. I'm setting the file name. So whatever header file name I received with the same file name is essentially.
Yeah, but I understood this, but I mean I didn't understand the first thing only. I mean while starting up, how the exchange message is.
The component takes care of this one.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So Karthik, is this file name always is the header, goes to header? Is that the default?
Yeah, Devraj.
Okay.
It depends on the component. For this file component, the file name is default header. Camel file name is default header. So if you take a different component, you will have a different kind of header. So thing is that when you are going from one route to other route, you can set your header. So
okay.
So in this example, he has a message out set header camel file name the 28 line, right? So he set this header because he may use it in the next route. So he set it here.
See, if you don't set this header right, the file name, different file name will be generated. The default file name will be generated.
Okay.
This header will be lost, that's why, in the out message.
Okay.
So like that, if you take CXF component, you can set the endpoint. CXF endpoint you can set. So next, message splitter. You can split messages based on some criteria. For example, if you have order list, you want to split order list into different order, and if we want to process each order differently, you can use split API to split the messages. Okay.
But a small question once again. Sorry. Regarding the total one that you shown. So is there a concept of routing slipping wherein I can dynamically find out the next channel if I don't mention any output channel? So I have no output channel or output component where to go. Okay. So can that be defined dynamically?
Yeah, you can define dynamically. See, you can intercept the message. Okay. Based on the message, you can define which route it should go.
based on the router, say I haven't defined any particular
See,
thing. So there are multiple components, but I haven't defined where to go. I haven't defined that in my configuration. Dynamically, when the message comes, depending on some values or some headers, I have to decide where to go. But I have not configured in my configuration. So
that's
in EI pattern, there is a routing flip concept. I'm just
oh,
wondering if there is a way to do that.
I just explained you right. Recipe based pattern, we can send it to dynamic routers. Okay, in the header I have the route. Okay, separated by comma. Okay, this API will send it to these routers, whatever routers mentioned in the header. Okay, otherwise you can intercept the message here. Okay, you can read the message. In the message itself you have a header, right? So you can from there itself you can send it to any other consumer dynamically.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Thank you.
So let me move on to next. Okay, I'll talk about message splitter. Okay, I'm splitting the messages by new line. Okay, for I have a directory called test. Testing camel directory. I have called another directory called test. I'm splitting. See, three messages, three different messages in each line. Okay, just tokenizing is new line, parallelly sending into this split and messages. Okay. Message splitter. First splitter we get asynchronous parallel process, right? The splitter message 2, 1, then 3. I got the message 3. Okay, so each line is splitted and sent it to another consumer called splitted messages, where I'm just splitting the messages and printing this message. Okay, the file processor. Okay, so like that, based on some criteria, you can split the message. You can send it to different components using the split API. Here I splitted using UI. So moving on to next pattern. So aggregated. If you want to combine multiple messages into single combined messages, we can go for this aggregator pattern. So Camel has its own implementation for aggregator. Okay. So I splitted the messages. So I'm combining these messages again. Splitted messages and combining some aggregator. Okay, so I have provided the aggregation strategy, how the message should be aggregated, and what is the batch size. Okay, and just mentioning the aggregator. Okay, we already ran the aggregated messages. It's printing the aggregated messages. It's combined all the messages and it printed. Okay, I just provided the aggregator strategy here. So I'm just adding all the messages into a list. Okay, in aggregator strategy, there is a method called aggregator. I'm just aggregating all the messages here.
Karthik, I have a question on splitter. So you are splitting using tokenizer, new line. What if I want to split it? Uh, See, I have a message in some specific format, and in a file I have 10 messages, all these 10 messages. So I want to split those into 10 different messages. So instead of new line, I need to put some format. So is there any way we can do it here? Okay.
You can do it.
So some API is there.
Yeah, some APIs are
Okay.
there. You can do it.
Okay. All right.
So all the options are defined on your wiki page. So you can try the split, ability to split.
Okay. Thank you.
So the message has been aggregated into single list. Okay. Next pattern is the resequencer. So we parallelly splitted the messages and to the consumers. Okay. Now messages got splitted, but their sequence is not maintained. So using the Camel provided its implementation to resequence the messages. Okay, using resequencer, so you can see the message resequencer. So message resequence has two options. Like you can do it as a batch. Okay, you can do it as a stream. Okay, so batch and stream, there is a difference. The batch will wait for the batch count. Suppose if you're doing the batch count as 10, okay, it will wait for the 10 messages, okay, or at the particular timeout. It resequences all the messages based on some criteria, whatever criteria you passed. Okay, it resequencing all the messages. So the combined messages are the messages splitted by first message is 2, then 1, then 3. Okay, after resequencing, I'm just printing by like message 1, 2, 3. Okay, based on the body I resequenced. Okay, like that you can there is another method called stream. Okay, using stream method also you can resequence. The difference between stream and batch is batch it waits for the batch size and the timeout, and stream waits for the timeout and the gap. Suppose if you are receiving the first message and third message and fifth message, okay, batch size is 5. It will wait for the gap, second message to come and third message to come. Okay, then only it does the resequence. This is the basic difference between stream and batch. Any questions? The next one is wiretap. See, you can tap the messages in Camel wiretap API. Publishing into some other main channel, you can send it to the secondary channel. Same message you can send it to secondary channel also using wiretap. Just wiretaps. Same message. Same. It's been wiretapped and it has been sent to the file processor print message also. Okay. These are the patterns I covered. I have one more pattern I'll cover with error handling. Just let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we will move on to error handling.
Karthik, this is Sandeep. Do we have any kind of out-of-box security mechanisms provided by Camel?
Sorry, Sandeep, I'm not sure. Arun, do you help me on this one?
No, I don't see any camel related automation. I mean, we can add our own processor to provide the security or authentication, but it's all manual. But there is no no, nothing coming from Camel. Camel is an integration framework.
Thanks.
And Karthik,
Yeah.
I never used the wiretap. So, what is the difference between wiretap and multicast?
There is not much difference. Like you can see if you are not multicasting, okay, if you are sending to particular route and still if you want to get the same message, okay, the multicast option you can send to different routes. Okay, it just does the same functionality, but the thing is like it does the multicast, but instead of that you can just wiretapping the message.
Okay.
There is not much difference.
Thanks.
Okay, let me move on to error handling. So Camel supports default. It supports some error handlers. Okay, there are some other types of error handlers also available. Let me cover some of the error handlers. We have a default error handler. So we have a default error handler, Camel data channel, okay, and logging error handler, and transaction error handler, no error handler. Okay, so generally error handler messages can be recovered. Okay, some of the messages cannot be recovered. Suppose if you're just sending a message to invoking a SOAP request, okay, and the service is down, down for some time. Okay, so instead of throwing error back to the consumer, we can do the retry for some time. Okay, so once communication is successful, then we can send message to particular service. Okay, this is recoverable error. Okay, so some errors, like if you're executing some database code, if it's failed due to some other reason, cannot be recovered. So these are the two different types of error. Okay, so we'll see how this error handler supports these different types of error. Okay, first we'll go to error handler, then we'll see editor error handler. Okay, so I'm not covering transaction error handler, logging error handler. Okay, so default error handler we enable by default. Okay, so we can set error handling by scope. Scope can be set on the route or context level, or Camel context level also we can set error handling, or the route level. For each route we can set the error handling. So data channel is nothing but in case of any error happens, you can secure the message. You can instead of throwing the error back to the consumer, you can send it to database, or you can just log it. You can just log it, so that the message will be secure, and another you can pick up another message for processing. Okay, so on top of this, we have something called exception policies, where you can handle specific exceptions. You can, like any exceptions, like you can handle. Okay, on top of this. Okay, we have do try, do catch, do finally. Once you place do try, do catch, you finally the error handler will be disabled. Okay, I have examples also. We'll see. So I have okay, just let me. So I'm just in Camel context using template. You can async a message, send a message. I'm sending a message to the route. Okay, already created a Camel context, added a route. Okay, using this producer template, you can create a producer and you can send a message to the consumer. Okay, so I created a producer template. I'm just sending message to this consumer start 1 and start 2. Okay, I'm sending a message. Okay, so first message will be processed by content validator. Okay, then it will be processed by content enricher. Okay, let me open this content enricher. Message equals valid content, and then only it processes. Okay, otherwise it throws some exception. Okay, content enricher will throw some exception if it receives other than valid content. Okay, in content validator it checks for testing. Okay, it process. Okay, if it is data or default error, okay, sets body as valid content, otherwise it throws an error. Okay, see, by default I have given an exception policy called custom exception. Okay, error handle is dead editor channel. Okay, if it fails, it will go to dead editor channel. Okay, so dead editor channel, see, I have defined a bean content validator dead editor processor. Okay, in case of any failure, this dead editor process method will be called. The message will be handled in the dead editor processor. Okay, I'm just running this code. Okay, let me explain what it is. Okay, I'm sending default error, so which should throw some error on content enricher. So we are throwing some custom exception. Okay, so before that we have some retry option. Okay, if you see in the on custom exception, we are maximum redeliveries will be 4. Okay, so by default we have defined dead maximum redeliveries 4. Okay, so the precedence will be given to the policy. Okay, exception policy. So we tried maximum read is 4. Okay, after that the message went to dead editor channel, dead editor processor. See, went to dead editor channel, I'm just printing the message. If you see the dead editor channel content validator, so this dead editor channel method will be invoked, so you can get the messages from the change. Maybe you can persist in database or you can send it to all the page message you can send. So any questions on the data channel? Okay, so now error handler we are defined at the camel context level. The same way we can define error handler even in the root level. See, if we define error handler the root level, this root level error handler gets the precedence over the context level. Okay, if we run now, see, first error handler went to
Daddy, feed me. Daddy, feed me.
it's failed. So the message is
Daddy, feed me. Daddy, feed me.
Okay, bring it here.
Error handler, so the message got printed. Handle the default error handler.
हमरा से बोझले
Did he try 3 times before throwing the
खिया सको गेलेला
Let me comment this one also.
Okay, bring it here.
Not 3 times, 4 times, because we have provided the exception policy.
Keep it here. Keep it. Let me wash my hand.
So now we try it 3 times.
Daddy, water. Water.
So here at the beginning I told you about set fault flag. Okay, in message we have option to set fault flag. Once if you see in some cases we receive fault messages. Okay, so fault message has to be sent to the consumer. We don't need to handle the fault message there. Okay, in the error handler. So in that case we can set fault flag as true, so that fault message will not be handled by error handler. Suppose if you are receiving fault message from another application, another consumer, you want to handle, okay,
Are you
you
done
can
washing
enable
your hands?
handle fault. Okay, there is called handle fault. If we enable the handle fault,
Why did you open a jacket?
fault messages also
But
will be
I
handled
opened my
by
jacket at
enabling the
home.
handle fault.
Don't sana
La.
pidiana.
Disti la.
Sana pidiana.
Disti.
So this is what the basic things about camel error handling. Okay, so let me move on to unit testing. So any questions?
I have a question not related to error handling, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious, how do you log audit trail? How do you do audit trail?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Audit trailing. How do you do audit trailing?
Daddy, can you do a magic trick? Daddy, a magic trick.
No, sorry.
You want to say
Let me
that?
check and come back to you.
Okay.
Can you say make a card?
Anybody has any idea on this one? Can discuss.
I'm not sure what she means by audit trail. The trailing of the messages, the routing, the route with which the message passes. Is that what she
Daddy,
means?
Bobby, Daddy,
Yeah, that is like message history or something. But if you have a workflow and you want to see,
I don't
say,
see
yeah,
cards.
that's what
Go away.
you want to
Yeah,
log
the flow.
at some checkpoints. You want to log, right? So how do you do that? Which component you want?
Daddy, close your
You want
eyes.
to see the history or
Open your
sometimes
eyes.
you want to log, you are saying. Log the message.
Look at that.
Not history. I want to log.
You can log the
You have
message.
to find it. What is
Consider
it?
from that there is a WATAP framework, WATAP concept, right? With the WATAP you can log the message. Tapping, after doing tapping you can do a line.
Yeah. So wiretap, yeah, that's right. But how do you manage transactions? So if for my main flow, if there are any exceptions, what happens to wiretap? If let's say I'm logging to, I'm writing to error to database using wiretap, right?
See, transactions can be handled. Okay, you can use a string transaction method. There is API called transact. You can enable transact. Okay, it support transaction. Okay, you can pass any transaction manager instance.
So Camel has their, I don't know this part of Camel. So Camel has their own transaction framework handler.
No, it supports transaction. You can also provide your own
One
transaction.
for me. Hey, one for Daddy.
In
Daddy,
Spring, I
this
can
for
answer
you.
this question, how we
Look,
handle
this
this.
for
So in
me.
Spring, we can
Here.
put on the adapter level. If we put the transaction as forward the property as
You
standard,
can wear your glass.
then whatever happens, the message
Sunglasses.
rolls back. If you are not handling the message inside that flow.
Wear your
So here we just mention
sunglasses.
it as
Right here.
So, are you able to see my screen? Here also we
Yeah.
have
So yeah, in Spring
transacted.
integration also, what we are doing is we are using this properties in transact, right? And when we are using wiretap, if you are logging to a database, if any exception happens in our main flow, it's not the audit trail is not happening here. So it's also rolling back, which we don't want to
yeah,
happen. Which we don't want
it
to
will
happen.
roll back if you don't have specified an error channel at the adapter level. If you have specified an error channel at the adapter level, that will be globally handled. Okay.
Yeah, we have specified at global level, but still the audit trail, whatever happened till then, right? It will get rolled back, right? So at error handle, you will how do you manage your exception? That is different. Your exception context. But I'm talking about your main flow, you are wiretapping and you lost some audit steps, but all these get rolled back, right? And then it goes back to global error channel.
You want the original message or like
Come here.
No, it's
This.
not like a message, Karthik.
Come.
I mean, we want to know what is happening in the application. For example, how many messages processed throughout this flow, or
Sleepy.
what are the channels
Sleepy.
it gone through, or where it is failed,
Sleepy.
or what is the error. I mean, it is
Hey.
like info logs in our usual Java. So what's happening throughout the application? That is audit trail.
I don't think so. In this case,
Come here.
now
That's the type of message history that they want to
So
understand.
cool.
Okay, take it, take it, take it.
Logs initially, I don't think Camel supports that.
I don't think it can support.
Come here. La.
You can explore.
Drink. Go and drink water. Go. Go to mommy. Drink water.
Go ahead, sir.
So in testing, so you can mark any endpoint. Okay, in camel is support. Okay, you can create a camel context and you can add a component. Okay, in the name of CXF, I created a direct component. Okay, which is synchronous consume. You can create a mock endpoint also, just to validate it all the messages. So this way you can easily test. This is a simple example. Okay. So let me move on to next. I'm showing the last one. The CXF component using Spring. Okay. Okay. I have defined CXF endpoint using Camel's CXF component, order endpoint, and the address and the service class in just provided here. So which creates a CXF endpoint. Okay, in Camel CSF being the camel context, I have defined a route. Okay, whenever SOAP service is hit, this it receives message in this endpoint, order endpoint. Okay, it will be processed to request processor, and the request will be handled. Okay, this is the way to create a CSF component. Okay, simple way to create a SOAP. It's just a Spring and Camel code. Okay, the CXF component is already existing. Just you can add a number of CXF endpoint. Okay, so I have code for testing this one. Okay, so testing this component, I'm just creating a CXF component. Okay, I'm creating a endpoint. Okay, I'm setting the service class. Just adding a route to the context. Okay, web services. I'm getting response from this one. Let me start this one. Okay, we started so project. Now I'm just running this example. service. So this is the simple way of creating a CSS component. So any questions?
Here you go.
Okay, that's all from my end. Just let me know. Give me a second, I'm done.
Hey Karthik, you are going to upload it to some GitHub and give me the link.
Yeah, sure, guys.
And okay, all right. So this was very good session on Camel. I really liked it. So if you guys have any question, you can ask, or later if you have any question, you can check with Karthik.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Karthik.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Bye.